to Glasgow HYROX Men's Pro. The nerves are starting to set in. The training, however, is done. It's all about preparing the mind and the body to shake off that fatigue, that sort of energy, the nerves, the worry. And most importantly, get yourself into the best place possible for the race ahead. So that's what happens kind of 4 weeks out. So the idea behind this vlog is to document the last couple of days into it, or certainly what we've been up to anyway, and a bit of a story tell. And then the next episode will be a vlog of race week. We'll be vlogging some races, we'll be talking to some clients, and following my race as well. So the idea behind this is to help kind of you see how I overcome kind of the mental barriers in racing. And yeah, we'll take you along the journey as well. So we've got 12 people racing in Glasgow. So starting off on Thursday, we've got 1 on Thursday. We have 4 on Friday. We have 4 on Saturday plus myself, and then we have 3 on Sunday. So loads of people racing. We've got men's pro, we've got women's open, we've got women's doubles, we've got mixed doubles, we've got men's doubles. So loads going on. Really excited for that. And yeah, we're going to talk you through kind of what we do. So tapering for HYROX, it's different. It's different for a marathon, a powerlifting competition. It's really important that we actually maintain intensity. So the key thing is we're trying to work really hard without burning out. And what we need to make sure we do is that we drop the volume to allow our body to recover, but we also have to kind of stay like match sharp, you might say. So really important that we focus on actually being intense and focusing on good sessions. So what we did in our last week is Monday we did a HYROX conditioning session, which was 3 minutes run, 2 minutes ski, 3 minutes run, 1 minute sled push, 1 minute sled pull, 1 minute burpee broad jumps, 3 minutes rest. We did that 3 times, so about 35 minutes, 40 minutes of hard work. Tuesday into a rest day, which is today. Then tomorrow we are back into the gym for more conditioning. So it's going to be some running, some ski, some row, again a little bit of sled work, and then some wall balls. Just focusing on technique, focusing on keeping intensity high, but also making sure we're being efficient and working really hard with those weights and getting used to the things that we need to do. I'm also off to see the physio tomorrow, so Wednesday. So again, that will be 3 days pre-race. So see the physio, get the body loosened up, and then Thursday we'll be heading into a 45-minute run. Now, I'm traveling up with David because he races men's pro Thursday night, so I'll be on the train with him. So it looks like it will probably be an evening run or an afternoon run once we get to Glasgow before we head over to the venue for him. Primarily because I prioritise the haircut on that Thursday morning because, you know, look good, feel good, race good. So that's what the taper week looks like in terms of training. But the key here is not to push max effort. It's about keeping the body primed, intense without sort of draining. People probably struggle with that. I wanted to get a bit of someone to have an insight into, really. Like, the real challenge for a lot of people with racing is actually the mindset, it's the mental barriers. Like, trying to believe in the fact that the physical training is done and the work is done is very tough for people. They're nervous, they get these fears. So, you know, the real challenge is the mental game. And I also experience this, and particularly at the moment. So it's about how I'm trying to stay locked in and focus on the race, because there is self-doubt before a big race. Now, for many of you that know, this is my first, I say, proper men's pro. I did men's pro in Chicago, in Nice, because I had to, but it was never really an option. I knew I wasn't really prepared for it, in the sense that I hadn't been training for it, and I knew that the weights would wipe me out, basically. So going into Glasgow in 4 days' time is actually the first time I've opted to do men's pro, and that I've been training for men's pro, and I'm sort of looking forward to men's pro as well. But there is a little bit of a voice that creeps in. Am I ready? I've done HYROX Open numerous times now, nearly 10 times, I think. I've touched those sleds, I've done those wall balls. We have to think about now, am I ready? And we have to trust that we're able to flip that switch and reframe that anxiety. Like, the negative thoughts such as what if I gas out earlier? What if I can't move the sled pull, which is a fear? What if I have a meltdown at wall balls again like I did in Nice? But actually we have to focus on the fact that we've trained for it. We've got to trust the plan. We've got to trust the coaches that we've got, or the support that we've had, or the program that we've followed. It's one run, then one station. One run, then one station. And actually trying to think about visualizing and crossing that finish line, which is quite difficult for a lot of people, but I actually don't struggle with it because I do it quite well automatically. But actually, rather than always thinking about what's going to go wrong, what could go right? How could we get this in a really good spot? How can we make sure we use our technique? What if actually you get onto the sleds and you move it like butter? And actually really trying to reframe it and really thinking about it from a positive spin, because someone's got to win that race. It could be you. It might not be you, but why not? Because it could be. And ultimately trying to have those positive thoughts are going to be the things that actually allow you to go and be successful, whether it's your longest training run, whether it's losing 10 kilos, whatever it is. The way we reframe our thoughts will actually have a huge impact on actually how we feel going into the race, which in turn will have a huge impact on how we race. And so Thursday I'm racing against, when I say racing against, I'm in the same wave as people like Charlie Bottrell, Jake Williamson, Commando Charlie. So for anyone that's involved in HYROX or will know those names. They're big names, they're very, very good, very, very successful athletes. And I'm in that same start wave. So it'd be really easy for me to think that I don't belong there. But I've done the work, I've done the training, they're further into their journey. They're a higher standard athlete than I am. But ultimately with the right mindset and the right time, there's nothing to say that I can't catch them up. And it's understanding that actually I can be good enough to race in those races. And that's going to be really important to overcome that race anxiety, to remind myself of that, to focus on that mindset and basically focus on the race that I need to run, and whatever my time will be, and whatever theirs will be. But actually the challenge is controlling my mindset in order to go and race properly and enjoy that race to an extent and take it one station at a time. This week, nutrition. HYROX is a pretty tough week, or race, should I say, endurance, strength, etc. So your nutrition is going to be really, really important in what you do. Now, one of the things that I've implemented this week is to make sure that I'm having loads and loads of Weetabix in the morning. So 4 Weetabix every morning, milk obviously. And then what we've done this week, which is new for me, and you'll have seen it on my Instagram, is I'm going to do quite a lot of our carb loading with fruit, especially through the earlier stages. One, it makes me feel less bloated. And two, there's lots of benefits. So what we've been doing each day is we've been having orange, or a couple of easy peelers, they're quite small, a banana, we've been having apple, we've been having grapes, and lots of veg as well, lots of rice. So lots of carbs, and the idea for me Monday to Thursday is to be having about 4 to 5 grams of carbs per kilo of body weight. So that's around the 450 mark-ish, just under. And then we will go into, it's about 380 to 400. And then Friday, we will go up to 5 to 7 grams of carbs per kilo body weight. That depends on what my body weight does this week and also how I feel and energy, etc. And then the key for me is just making sure that we are spacing meals out very regularly. So we want to be eating every kind of 3 to 4 hours, making sure that we're getting all the nutrients we need. So we've been doing Weetabix, then I've been having some fruit, then I've been having some more fruit later on, which is a little bit just kind of 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and now it's 10 past 1 and we're just going to get some lunch now. I was meant to go to the shop and pick up some rice because we run out and I wanted to get some veg in, but that has gone AWOL. So we're about to have some chicken wraps, which means the veg will come later. So that'll be about 1:30. And then from there, we will go into a little bit of work block. So it's a content day today, which is not always my favourite. It can be a little bit long. It can take a bit of a while, but there we go. It's not a problem. So we're on a bit of a content day. So keeping my concentration levels up, genuinely, is really, really important. Otherwise, I just go a bit doolally. So yeah. So that's what's on the plan. And then about 4 o'clock, we'll get some more food. So that will be a squares bar and a protein shake. And then around 6 o'clock will be dinner time. We eat gusto. So that will be it's actually a roast dinner today. So that is apparently, by the way, if anyone uses gusto, I do not trust the macros whatsoever. So apparently my roast chicken dinner with Yorkshire puddings and roasties, which has carrot, fine green beans in it as well, alongside the potatoes, and chicken, and apparently Yorkshire puddings, will be a measly 355 calories with 40 grams of protein. So bear in mind that would be equivalent to 160 calories. 42 grams of carbs, and then apparently 5 grams of fat. So that's very interesting, that a full roast dinner. But yeah, if you go out for one in a restaurant, will set you back about 2,000. So that's what's on the dinner for tonight. And then as always, we'll be finishing up with a Magnum Mini, because that's what we do. That will carry on. And then obviously traveling up on Thursday, which means we will be basically taking pack up. So we've got a load of sandwich tins, pre-cooked chicken, bananas, squares, bars, etc. I'll take some porridge pots with me that I will eat for breakfast in the morning. And then we'll be taking fruit, so apples, oranges, bananas, grapes. We'll take those in prep pots. And yeah, so this week is basically about constant fueling. It can be quite difficult to do, because a lot of people will realise that their training load has dropped down, and they'll therefore want to eat less, or they'll find that they're less hungry. But that's kind of the point, is actually to make sure those glycogen stores are replenished, which comes from carbohydrates. Glycogen is the fuel that we store at our muscle sites that will actually give us the energy to go and, go pretty high intensity. So it's really important that we do this. A lot of people will say that you kind of don't need to, especially in the recreational level of people doing sports. Like, they don't think necessarily that it's needed, or that the recoveries and the tapers, because it's just, what they do. But I think ultimately it depends on the level. If you're going to go to HYROX and you not half-ass it, but you're not necessarily going racing, then that's fine. But for people that are looking to go for peak performance and really push what they're able to do, then carb loading, tapering, the right nutrition is going to be really important. Hydration is the key as well. So lots of electrolytes, lots of water. So around 3.5 to 4.5 litres of water per day, and taking on 3 to 4 electrolyte tablets per day as well. And yeah, that's it. That's what we do. Race day's coming. The hard work is done, and now it's going to be about execution. So for anyone racing in HYROX, obviously trust your training, trust yourself, and give it everything. But the chances are you probably just need to enjoy it a bit more, which is not something I always say. Look, most people are recreational athletes, myself included for now. Yes, I have bigger aspirations than that, but ultimately it's about having fun, it's about enjoying it, and you'll race better as well. So obviously give it everything. I will be documenting our race weekend and my race day, so make sure you subscribe for that breakdown. Comment below, what's your biggest mental barrier in training and racing? Let's talk about it. And if you're pumped for HYROX Glasgow, then hit like. I'll see you in the next episode, hopefully achieving my goals in the time and documenting a wave of PBs for our clients. So thanks for watching. As always, we will see you soon.